Here you can see all these units that are in production here for Pain.User, having all that extra cash. Thors coming out. We've got bunkers being put down, siege being researched, tanks coming out now, more Vikings as well. And here he's going to catch a little force by Pain.User off guard, and they will manage to run away, putting his
Oh, and there's the hit on the medevac. The Phoenix is doing some huge damage, and there's the drop from Pain.User. He's going to try to do damage, but look at that.
Love it.
Lifting up the units. Very effective use of the Phoenixes. Noni used to open with them, and now as he approaches a 200 army, he is ending it with them, and he can even afford getting that charge upgrade, and it looks like Tyler is maxed.
Yeah, and eventually he's going to probably want to go in here and make some sort of coherent attack against his opponent, moving into position right now. He's got a couple Colossi up front, needs to be careful about that. He'll move back just a little bit to reposition. Look at the laser beams coming out from those Colossi. There are 8 of them there. This could be nasty.
He is advancing forward with the Phoenixes first, so they take the damage from the Vikings, and now he's pulling back, trying to get into a good position. There are so many Colossus. How will Noni be able to replenish this? There's some force fields going down, ripping through this south end. Tyler just has so many Colossi. Tank gets lifted up for a moment there by the Phoenix. The gateway count from Tyler is getting increasingly small, and it looks like, though, that Pain.User has been broken. Tyler has managed to penetrate the front and is charging the front with 7 Colossi still.
Yeah, and he had just enough Stalkers there to be able to take care of those Vikings now and will move forward. He could go right into the front base. There's only a handful of units here, and you can see the flashing lights of all his production units trying to rapidly get out more units, and here we go for the bust.
It looks like he's pulling back, getting everything into a key location, and look at all the units just roasting at the front. Siege tanks from Pain.User trying to set up. More and more Vikings just pouring out of these starports. There's 3 starports out right now for Pain.User. Hasn't even gotten the ability to get those Banshees up and running, but Tyler is playing very calm and smart, going to try to work on this expansion count of Terran.
And he did lose quite a few units there. He's actually now down to 152, 200, bringing some more Phoenix out onto the field. Stalkers coming to reinforce, and could meet up with these Vikings. Going to get a little bit of damage off right there. One Colossus almost falling to those Vikings, but he will manage to push them off just a little bit. And I like how cautious Tyler's being at this point. I think that he thinks he's got the game. He thinks he's in an advantage right now, and just trying to make sure that he is picking his battles properly.
I don't think he realizes quite how many expansions his opponent has. It looks like he is picking off the top right expo, but Tyler is pulling back to regroup and begin gathering gateway units. And oh, that is the awesome gateway unit to go for. The High Templar morphing in some Archons, wants to be very, very aggressive. We see Pain.User is actually almost mined out at his gold because of those tasty mules. There's a drop going down at the expansion, but the Phoenix is going to put short work to that medevac.
Yep, very nicely done. Medevac gone, and then, of course, the entire army of Tyler makes sure to come and evict those other units out, and he has got yet another expansion underway. Just real quick look at the income tab. Of course, Pain.User ahead using those mules, 2100 to 1500 right now, and we've got now ground armor level 2 going up. We've got the next level of weapons, and, of course, upgrades are going to be very popular at this stage of the game to give you that upper hand, but the army of Tyler is looking really impressive.
And Noni playing at 215 APM, playing so fast. He found the expansion, and there are 9 Colossi on the game right now. They're doing huge amounts of damage here, and he's even lifting up some things with these Phoenixes.
No.
And oh no, getting caught at a very awkward angle, losing a decent amount of units. The Zealots and the Archons caught at the back. The Vikings ripping through everything. All the Stalkers at the front, the exact opposite of what Tyler wanted. He is losing these Colossi rapidly to this absurd Viking count from Pain.User, and the Colossi are just falling apart. Pain.User with Thors manages to take it out. An unbelievable twist of events, but the Stalkers are still alive, taking out the siege tank. This is one of the longest TVP battles I have yet seen, and Pain.User is the one who comes out on top.
Wow, all units nearly spent there. Both players coming out there with just a handful of an army. And you know, while he wanted to go for that expansion, as a result, all of his Colossi were in perfect position to get picked off by those Vikings. An unfortunate turn of events right there, it was just all about positional play right there. Pain.User going to go for yet another command center here.
This is an absolutely insane game. In the unit counting station, we see about 56 workers for Pain.User. That is about half his food. But in the resource counting, we see that Noni is actually the one who's a little bit behind. He has actually been taking very few expansions this game, instead favoring a big power army. We even see Void Rays getting chrono boosted. 2 Forges out right now. No Blink, no Storm, just the Archons, the Zealots, the Void Rays. A very, very unusual mix. But this is the late game, and now Vikings are assaulting that bottom expansion.
Yeah, they are going to land and start doing some work on the pros. Do take a few out there, and we'll quickly lift off and get out of there. Here comes some Phoenix to try to support, but the numbers are just in favor of Pain.User. He has 5 Vikings, and he will get back on that mining fairly quickly. So he's just trying to keep up that harass and get any sort of advantage that he possibly can right now over Tyler.
Pain.User just showing an amazing second stage to TVP that no one's really thought about before, getting enormous numbers of these big, heavy units, tanks, Thors, Vikings, and Banshees. Vikings people always wanted to get against the Colossi, but in combination with Marines and Marauders, and I think Tyler is very shocked to see this mix of units from Pain.User.
Zealots are going to take center stage right here and may sort of move forward here, get a quick glance of the army, sees a few Thors out there, some Vikings as well. Really curious to see how these Void Rays are going to contribute to the battle, along with the smaller Stalker count that he's had in the past. Obviously, much fewer Colossus than he has had in the past. More Void Rays coming out as well. This is going to be really crazy.
Looks like Tyler is waiting for that +1 air weapons to finish. Doesn't want to move out yet. Now taking another expansion. It is almost a 30-minute long game. Tyler is actually behind on the food count, but Pain.User has a lot of money in the bank, and there are Marines, Marauders, and Thors, and there's the big reveal of the Void Rays. Pain.User is almost certainly shocked to see that count right now. There's been a huge hiatus on the Colossus production, and oh, Thors do not work so well against Void Rays as we saw there, and Pain.User might be trying to push in for a kill, and Banshee's trying to do some damage and get cloaked at the last second. Pain.User is everywhere at once on this map.
He really is all over the place. I feel like we're almost seeing a Jinro versus Sok again, just in a different arena. Here we go, forcing the battle in the middle.
And it looks like he's coming in from behind with a huge amount of Void Rays. He needs to begin doing damage to those Vikings, but he's hitting the Colossus first. Oh no, it looks like the Void Rays are doing huge damage to those Vikings, but the Vikings will be able to take them out first. And now we see that some of those infantry are still alive as well. And I'd say, yeah, like another extremely even trade of armies. Both these players are playing phenomenally.
Yeah, 2 Banshees remaining left over here. We've got some Hellions now being built, and they are going to go out to harass as well. And here they go down for the attack.
Blue Flame, the Hellions on Kulas Ravine. So many vulnerabilities. Pain.User is on the ball. He is doing absurd damage. There is more Stalkers being morphed in to try to defend, but even if they die now, the damage has been done. Pain.User is dominating this map.
Are you impressed with Pain.User's ability to really, we talk about the utility of the Terran, what they're capable of doing, and we have seen just about everything come out here in Pain.User, and it's not that he's ever had to commit to one single unit type, but going, hey, it'd be really great if I had 3 Hellions to just go harass that expansion, because I can move them over and they'll do the damage they need to do.
And it looks like they're getting close to all being fully charged. Here comes some Vikings, but with the fully charged, he's going to back up, and he's going to be able to rip through a lot of those units very quickly. He needs to be careful, though. He needs to funnel those Marines and stay out of range of the Vikings. There's some Stalkers being morphed in, and it looks like Pain.User needs to be a little careful, but again, such great focus by Pain.User.
Wow, just crazy back and forth battle. A lot of action going on all over the map. Tyler's trying to regroup his army here in the middle, but of course Pain.User in the exact same boat, has 5 Thors just in this little ball right here. Some more Archons being brought out onto the field, more High Templar as well, and we haven't seen him actually use the High Templar as a singular unit, just morphing them into Archons, and well, I don't know, we're going to have another battle here in the middle here shortly.
Huge amount of Thors out right now for Pain.User. No more Colossi for LiquidTyler. Just doesn't want any more of those pesky Vikings being made. And without any Storm, this is going to be so hard to deal with. There's the big stim. The heavy hitters, the Immortals, are trying to do damage, but look at him getting pinned off at the back. The Immortals fall. Will he lose the other Immortal? He will! And this might be the final push for Pain.User, who's been up against the wall all game long, but his late game is so strong.
It is right now 174 food to 80 food for Tyler.
And there's the good game. An extraordinarily impressive series from Pain.User. he will be advancing to the semifinals of the winner's bracket. And that is an amazing way to wrap up day 2 of the championship here.
Pain.User impressed a lot of people back at MLG DC. You were one of them, Day, and I think that he's continuing to impress many people here. Of course, he's had a following of his own, but man, taking out international players at the last event, and now at least knocking a very powerful player down to the lower bracket as well. Certainly a bright future for that player right there. I think that was probably one of the more unique Terran plays that I've actually seen. Again, I like the fact that he was really using all of the things that were at his disposal properly, and he didn't need to mass up 1,000 Hellions. It's like, I just need 3, 4, and I will go down there and take that out, or I will use these Banshees to do here. At one point, you saw him increase his Viking numbers to make sure that he could certainly deal with the Colossi. So, very, very nice display there by Pain.User.
Absolutely, and now we will get the final results.
I've got
right
some
now.
results. Yeah.
It looks like in an amazing turn of events, Liquid Jinro has gone 2-0 against Liquid Ret. So that means that Pain.User will be up against Jinro tomorrow in the semifinals.
Wow.
And amazingly, it seems that EG Machine has really broken that curse, because he went 2-0 against Slush, and he will be up against TT1 from Fnatic MSI, who amazingly took out Sen and the Little One in the quarterfinals.
I mean, he not only broke that curse, he has crushed that curse. Right now, Machine is looking at one of the best performances, certainly that he's had at any MLG event, but in any StarCraft 2 competition in a live setting. Machine really looking impressive. Both of these games are games I want to go back and watch later on. And then, yeah, what did you give the other?
Yeah, I mean, we've done all the upper bracket semifinals, but do you have any of the losers bracket results?
I do have that there was an extended series between Inca, goes 4-3 over, starting 0-2 over Phoenix.
Wow, that's actually an amazing result.
Starting 0-2.
Starting 0-2, again, for any of you who didn't know, if players have played before, they do an extended series. So instead of doing another best of 3, they do a best of 7. Whoever gets to 4 wins first instead of whoever gets to 2 wins first. So that means that Inca won 4 games out of the 5 that they played to manage to take that to 4-3.
Yeah, and I mean, also you've got the storyline of the Team Liquid players having to face each other. Ret drops Huck down, then Jinro drops Ret down. Of course, TLO now down in the losers as well. We also know that Sock went 2-1 over Sen.
Unbelievable result right there. You know, I almost don't actually want to leave the casting booth. I want to download all these replays and find out what actually happened in these games, because this has been the tournament of insane results. When you get this many good players in one location, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of these scores don't even tell the tale of how close these games have been. There have been so many games that have just been decided by very decisive battles, quick decision-making that's been intelligent, great army compositions, and all in all, we're just continuing to see some really fantastic, phenomenal matches here. And it may be the end of day 2, but don't forget, tomorrow is championship day, where legends will rise and legends will fall. It will certainly be amazing. I think we're going to get started at about 10 a.m. in the morning. Might even be having a pre-show at around 9:30. Either way, the action will start bright and early, and we will have some phenomenal games for you guys. I absolutely cannot wait.
It has been an unreal series of casting. It has been a pleasure here chatting to you. But I think that is going to wrap it up for the evening. For us, Wheat, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Day 9.
And I'm DJ Wheat, and we will be back tomorrow for Championship Sunday as we see the players rise to the top, find out who the new champion will be, or will we have a returning champ? There's not very many people left, but we're going to find out. That'll be tomorrow.
See ya.
Peace.